The most expensive VPN breach in history, and what it cost them. Think a single compromised VPN account is harmless? Think again. One breached VPN login shut down fuel supply across the US East Coast and cost hundreds of millions. Today we'll walk through how it happened, what it cost, and how your company can avoid the same fate. One VPN login, massive outage. How? Let's find out. In 2021, a major US fuel pipeline operator suffered a ransomware attack that forced it to pause operations. The attack began when attackers used a compromised remote access credential, a VPN login, to get into corporate systems. From there, the threat actors deployed ransomware, disrupting operations and triggering widespread fuel shortages and panic buying. The numbers: ransom, direct and indirect costs. Let's talk dollars. The company reportedly paid a ransom, around $4.4 million, to regain access to some systems. But the direct ransom was just the tip of the iceberg. Business interruption, emergency response, contract penalties, emergency fuel deliveries, PR, regulatory investigations, and loss of customer trust push the total economic impact far higher. Estimates run into tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars, depending on how you count downstream effects. How the breach actually worked. Technically, the breach chain was simple and brutal. Attackers obtained a remote access credential, reportedly a VPN account without multi-factor authentication or reused credentials. That single login provided a foothold. Once inside, attackers moved laterally, found critical systems, and executed ransomware. With the control system operators disconnected to stop spread, operations ground to a halt. Why VPNs were the weak link? Why did a VPN account cause so much damage? Because legacy VPN models trust the network perimeter. Once you're in, you get broad access. Add in weak passwords, lack of MFA, poor network segmentation, and outdated monitoring, and a single credential becomes catastrophic. The aftermath and law enforcement. Law enforcement got involved. Advisories later recommended improved defenses, and in many such cases, agencies worked to trace and sometimes recover funds. But the bigger lesson wasn't financial recovery, it was systemic. Critical infrastructure needs modern identity-centric controls, not legacy VPNs. Lesson learned: infrastructure needs identity-first security. Let's summarize few actionable checklists to avoid such kind of attacks in your environment. Enable MFA everywhere, no exceptions for remote access. 2. Move to ZTNA SDP, app-level access, not network tunnels. 3. Segment networks, isolate OT/ICS from corporate IT. 4. Implement EDR, XDR, and continuous monitoring. Detect lateral movement fast. 5. Backup and test recovery. Immutable backups, frequent restore tests. 6. Least privilege and credential hygiene. Rotate keys, revoke unused accounts. 7. Run tabletop exercises and incident playbooks. Be ready before it happens. One compromised VPN account cost millions and stopped whole industries. Don't wait for an incident to harden your access controls. If you want, I'll make a follow-up video breaking down how ZTNA prevents each step of this attack. Say ZTNA breakdown in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share this with your IT team.